morning, gang. So I'm here at Campamento Serone, and this was the third night. I'm actually on my own right now. Unfortunately, Anissa decided that she wanted to turn back. She thought this was going to be this next couple days was going to be a little bit too intense, and she was really concerned about crossing the point of no return. So she decided to head back to town, which is still a bit of an undertaking. She's got about 4 hours to make it back to the main camp, and then make her way back to Puerto Natales, and then she's got to figure out somewhere to stay and that kind of thing. So then she'll come and we'll meet up in about 3 days. But anyway, here I am, solo now in a beautiful valley, and gonna make the most of it. Just a little solitude, me and the mosquitoes. Wow, well, you can see the valley behind me now, and I can tell you this first climb up to Dickson is a hell of a climb. There's parts of it, and if you're familiar with Vivian Creek, it makes Vivian Creek look flat. It's a very steep run. But I did get to see a condor hanging out there, riding the airstreams and hanging out and land over on the cliff. And that was pretty awesome. He was seriously gigantic, and that was the first one I saw of the trip. So anyway, I'm still rolling solo now, and Anissa should be getting back to camp pretty soon. But yeah, I'm doing good. Just motoring along, doing what I do, and taking in all this beauty. So see you soon. Just want to touch base with you here. I'm at Campamento Dickson, and it is, wow, it's totally gorgeous. I couldn't believe how great it was. I don't know, say my spirits are a little down because I'm kind of feeling a little disappointed for Anissa that she's not back here with me, and I imagine it was a hard decision for her to turn back, even though I totally understand why she turned back. But so I'm here in this big old tent all alone. It wasn't too bad to carry it. I made it from Serone to Dickson in exactly 6 hours, including stops and all that. I was really cooking, but I also developed some pretty nasty blisters today. Luckily, and they're between, like kind of on my foot pad, like between my big toe and my pointer toe, or my first toe, and got them on both feet. But as luck would have it, I ran into some ultra marathoners that just pulled in here all chipper about 9 o'clock at night. Turns out they did over 26 miles today with packs on. They're totally out of their minds, but they gave me a little bit of advice on how to deal with the blisters. And I mean, some things I already knew, but for those guys, their foot health's really, really important for their sport and stuff like that. So I figured I would take whatever they did, even over things that I knew from the Marine Corps, because in the Marines we tend to just grit stuff out and deal with it, like, because there's not really another choice sometimes. But I don't know. Anyway, the ice field behind us here is amazing. It was super warm afternoon when we came in, but suddenly the temperature dropped a lot. And even though I have Anissa's bag, and she took back my 45-degree bag, it's only one person in this big old tent now, so I might have a little bit of a chilly night, but it'll be fine. And I'm really looking forward to taking my time, kind of like a slow recovery day over to Perros, because from the pass to Gray is going to be a long day, probably a real punisher. So we shall see, I guess. But I'm not really looking forward to a 12-hour day on the last day, but that's what you got to do, right? It's not really what I got to do. I should have planned it better, but we'll talk all about that in a blog post later, and give you some better details about what you can do. And next time I see you in the video, we'll have this all in this light.